Hey, what's up, going? Bonjour, famille. Bon Jonas here, and I'm chilling with
Kuttybear.
Hey, y'all know what it is. We about to have a quick conversations from the cardiac. Let's get started. All right, so look, man. First of all, I appreciate the hell out of you for giving me your time, opening up your space, letting me do this thing here with you.
I appreciate you, bro. I be seeing all your work, so
Hey,
I'm actually excited about this. I've been wanting to
love.
get my own SprinkleSumSalt podcast.
Look, a custom created episode for y'all, man. That's what it's gonna be, a custom conversation. Now look, we're gonna have a mix of professional and personal questions, right? We got some fun stuff. We're gonna get in there a little bit and have some conversations too, though.
Yep.
So right off the bat, we got a little research. Fruity Pebbles or Cap'n Crunch? Which one you choosing?
Cap'n Crunch.
Cap'n Crunch.
100%.
All right. Fruity Pebbles been on a run this year. I'm glad Cap'n Crunch is coming back around.
I fuck with Cap'n Crunch. You gotta be like a real G to be able to deal with that shit fucking up the roof of your mouth. You just gotta thug it out. I don't want to hear it. I know people's excuse. That's people only excuse, but the shit fire though.
He said find a new one.
Yeah.
He said find a new one.
That shit fire. You don't have to deal with it. You deal with Popeye's lines and shit. So I mean, but I'm just saying. I don't want to.
Somebody need to cut that check. That was a bar. That was a bar.
Cap'n Crunch is that deal.
All right, man. So
but ain't nothing fucking with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Now you know what though? That okay. Research wise, Cap'n Crunch is in the lead. Fruity Pebbles is still going strong, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch has been like that right in. That everybody's like, yo, but you know what I mean?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is that deal. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now look, here's my most industry cliche question that I'm gonna have for you. Right off the bat. Let's get this out the way. Y'all make sure you get your pen and pads ready to take notes. Who is Kuttybear? What do you do and why?
Kuttybear. I am a artist. I'm an artist first. I'm a hip hop artist. Hip hop to the core. Shout out to DJ Kool Herc, 1973, for creating hip hop. I am a black man from Kansas City, Missouri. I am a father. I'm a God-serving, I wouldn't say fearing, but I'm a God-serving individual. You feel me? And yeah, I'm a Scorpio. You got to deal with that.
That's the why, y'all. So I said, why you do what you do? I'm a Scorpio. Because he's a Scorpio, not me. Him.
100%.
When did your musical journey begin?
Oh wow. I was probably 8 years old. My cousin Mawb, he's like my biggest inspiration. Well, he was my biggest inspiration growing up. Like, he used to rap. Okay. He gave that shit up a long time ago and kind of gave me all his studio equipment. Okay. So that's kind of where I started to learn how to engineer and do all my shit. But so I was a little kid and he was writing my raps, and we used to go sell CDs and shit. And yeah, it was a whole thing. I used to go by the name Blue. Yeah.
So Blue. He was like Bow Wow. Some shit
I was supposed to be a child star, low key, but now I'm 30. So I mean, I'm still a big old kid. So I don't know, you know, I might still be a child star in some type of form.
He's like he like Tom Hanks and Big, just the big kid still dropping bars. I love that, man. I love that. All right, so what was I get in that question? You know, your buddy gets you started. He doesn't necessarily keep going, but you did. So we here now. But in that, I also want to know, like, what was the moment that you realized, like, yo, actually, I wanna do this. I can do this. You know what I mean? That, like, somebody finds a pack of Legos and they start building shit and they realize they like trucks or cars and shit.
You know what's funny, bro? That's how I know, like, I was destined to just do this shit, because I can't really pinpoint that moment.
It was always
I've always been, in my mind, like a star.
Okay.
I used to write poetry.
Okay.
When I was like a little ass kid, like, you know, like the first thing I wrote was like poems.
Okay.
And then those turned into raps. Once, like, my big cousin Mawb, he was writing shit for me. So that was pretty much teaching me how to write raps, because he was writing for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning. Like, I know how to do it. Then I wrote my first rap around like 11.
Okay.
And it was over.
Okay, so you've been at this, and this is really just an evolution of who you've always naturally been. Okay, all right, I fuck with that. So let me ask you this. This might be a loaded question, but damn it, I don't care, man. Sprinkle some salt. What has KC contributed to hip hop?
KC is giving hip hop Tech Nine. KC has given hip hop me.
Ooh. Sprinkle some salt for that, y'all.
KC is giving a lot, really. I mean, I like to tell people from the town that we are Kansas City history in real time. Like, we're really building it right now. Like, we are Kansas City history. Shit, when they make these documentaries and all these hip hop shits and they go to Kansas City, who else are they gonna talk about? They're gonna talk about us. They're gonna talk about the Cod Colors, the D-Walks, even the ones before us, the Ron Rons, the Birds, the DVs, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? Hold on. This is a bit of a tangent, but I like to give folks their flowers now. And I wanna commend you, one, for being a vulnerable artist that you are, two, for standing on your shit, standing on business, and like, yo, I'm repping for KC, I'm an artist, I'm hip hop. But also noticed in your bars, in your songs, you reference some of the elder statesmen of hip hop in KC. I'm coming through with Fat Tone, you know what I mean? So it's not a lot of artists, young or old, in KC or out of KC, that are willing to reference those that came before them in a way that you do. So I want to commend you for that. That doesn't happen a lot.
Thank you. That means a lot that you recognize that and put that out there.
No, you a student of this shit. Yeah. So there's something you said earlier off camera that was we'll get to that. But one of your videos, I can tell right off the bat, like, nah, this motherfucker be paying attention.
Yeah.
All right, random question. If you were casted in the movie Juice, what character would you play? Not Bishop.
Man, I'd be the fat homie.
Still.
Yeah. I'm the fat.
Put some of that 40 in the...
I thought you was getting the pound. I was always the fat... Yeah, straight up. I was always the fat homie growing up.
Oh, damn,
so,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just... That was my place.
You don't seem like the fat dude. So
I lost a lot of weight, like, in these recent years.
Oh, really? Good for you, man.
Stress and shit. Nah, I mean,
Man, stress is a motherfucker, but...
I went to Cali back in, like, 2019.
Okay.
And I was out there just thugging it out. I had no car or nothing. I was
you
walking
was
around
really thugging it.
to get around everywhere. Walking, taking a bus type shit. So that's really where a lot of my weight went.
Was that... No, that's a good question, and it takes me on another tangent. This is why I like doing this, right? So... You're in LA, you're thugging it out. Shout out to Young Thug. We now know what thugging really is, and Pusha P. God. No, I'm playing.
Oh my God! But he's a truly humbled under guy. Shout out to Young Thug, man. I have never seen a lawyer pull some shit like that.
Semantics, baby. Legalese is real. But let me ask you though, were you, when you were in LA, like was that a personal quest, or was this a music related quest?
Yeah, it was some personal shit.
Okay.
I really had an affinity, like, for Cali growing up. Like, It was one of the things where I was always just knew I was supposed to be in Los Angeles, being this big star. And yeah, I finally got a chance to go out there with the homie Clay.
Okay.
And we was meeting up with, you know what I'm saying, on some business shit out there. You know how they get down in Cali.
Yes.
And so at the time, I was like on some child support shit.
Okay.
With both of my baby mamas. And it went south. Yeah, it went super south. I couldn't see my kids at the time.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to go be depressed in Cali. I'm going to stay out there.
That's kind of a bar.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna stay here and not see my kids and be like fucked up, no money. You know, the child support. I had got like a check stub. This is the first time I ever seen some shit like this. My check stub was negative. Like I had owed money because
of the
both children. Like, and I'm like, I didn't even know they could legally do that.
So they just you know what? There's some mathematics
in
there.
I'm going on a tangent.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one because I'm like, yo, that shit went negative. I learned something with that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I'm not about to deal with this shit.
Where I was going, no, I like that, and that's actually a bar in itself. It makes sense that you said you started with poetry because you're a very symbolic kind of guy in the way that you talk and do things. I see that now. I see it
100%.
in the naming of things. We're gonna get to curtains in a minute here.
Straight.
But what I wanted to get at with the trip to LA, because there's a lot of artists that, whether they're from KC or from wherever they're at, they leave their hometown to go to the New Yorks, to go to the Miamis, to go to LA, being the most recent destination in the last 10 years, right? And my question with that is, do you feel that is a fruitful effort? Do you think it's necessary to leave your hometown and go to an LA in order to be successful?
Yes and no. It just really depends on what your goal is as an artist. Like, I think what LA has to offer, even though it's super saturated now because everybody's doing it, but I think those places offer a higher frequency of like-minded individuals and wealth.
Okay.
Like, more rich people are just chilling in LA and New York and shit. They're not chilling in motherfucking Kansas City. So your chances of doing actual successful shit is higher if you go out and, to an Atlanta or LA.
Because
so
the wealthy executives are hanging out in LA.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna run into the money.
Well, and Midwest is a conservative space. We ain't really showing our money like that to a certain degree.
To a degree, but it ain't
It also ain't
I heard when you go to Atlanta, it's like you can tie the money to black people.
Okay.
But like here in Missouri, if you see some wealthy shit, you can almost guarantee it's white people.
You just
you just kind of move around and just find different frequencies.
Frequencies.
You don't need to. I think with the internet age and all of that shit, you can pop off anywhere. But it just kind of depends, like I said, what you want to do.
Well, because in the sense of what you're saying, though, you could use the internet and be in the right proximity of the area, so you could finesse both and make it and have double impact.
Exactly.
I fuck with where you're going with that. So this question here is what I like to call cosign. Who's your first cosign? And the reason I call it that is when you have a song that's done, whether it be a single or a project, when you have material that's done, who's the first person that gets to hear it?
Usually my bro Shad.
Okay.
Shad the Kid. I'll send it to him. I really don't know why. It's always been like that.
He just happened to be like, you're the one. You just got.
I send it to Shad. Yeah, Shad just gets the music first.
Is he the one that gives you like the most raw feedback?
Not really. That's why I don't know. Like, it's Shad to Shad, but Shad will give feedback, but not like initially. He's an artist himself.
Okay.
So it's just one of them things. I think that's kind of what it is. I know that Shad is similar to me work-wise.
He's a peer in that regard, so he's going to understand the frequencies.
Yeah, if I get a certain type of reaction back from Shad, like, this shit hard.
Okay.
If I just get, it's cool. But I know, I think that's kind of what it might be.
He speaks your language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be what it is.
Okay.
I never thought about it until now.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So speaking of languages or speaking languages, well, actually, there's two questions to that. Number one, if you got caught on the street under threat of violence, you had to use an accent. What would be your go-to accent?
So, like, if somebody ran up on me,
right, and they was like literally, hey, bro, I need you to use an accent or the thing going. What's your go-to accent?
Oh, I would, bro. I gotta use the Kansas City accent. I'm gonna just start talking like Rich the Factor. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna just pull that out. Does that count?
KC the town around the globe.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull out my KC accent because I don't want to appropriate nobody's culture either. I don't want to do that, so I don't want to get myself in trouble. So.
Let's give him some salt for that. Let's sprinkle that. That's
gotta be smart, man. We're trying to get to these markets, man. When I get my passport shit together, because the child support shit, I'm going to all these countries.
He's like, I ain't fucking
Germany. I was looking at my analytics. Germany is like fucking with me tough.
Okay.
I gotta get over there.
Hey,
shout out to Germany.
Tell any artist, KC or otherwise, if you are on the stateside, if you have any real interest in doing something like making this a career, find a way to get your shit together, passport, Get all your ASCAP. BMI is a problem now,
ASCAP is my shit.
but get yourself together and be ready to go international because that's where the money's at. Like when it comes to that real sustainable tour money, merch money.
That's what I'm saying.
My
mama asked me. My mama was like, "Why you even tripping so hard about a passport?" You know, she from the old school.
Right,
she
right.
ain't trying to leave the country.
Right.
And I'm like, "Mama, like I got fans out the country, like more than here in my hometown. Like you never know how much money they willing to, you know what I'm saying, pitch out to a nigga. Like I gotta get out there and really touch them. So that's just
pause.
Yeah, pause.
I had to get it first.
I mean, yeah, that was if I got some like women fans in Germany, then shout out to y'all. It ain't pause in that case. But the niggas,
fair.
You know what I'm saying, pound.
So let me ask you, man. I'm listening to your projects. You got a long discography of work, a lot of video work, just a lot of bar work in general, man.
I want more videos. Thank you.
No, you need. We need more videos.
Yeah.
We need more videos. But are you a rapper? Are you an artist? Are you a crooner? I say crooner because there's artists that like a lot of people say crooner and they think like Frank Sinatra and shit, Bing Crosby. You see, but you have a certain way of like relaying a bit of emotion without necessarily singing. But then there are times when you're singing and then there's times when you're rapping. So I need you to help tell me which one.
To my core, I'm a rapper. I'm hip hop. I grew up on Eminem, Jay-Z, Mac Dre, Kanye, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tech Nine. These, just to name a few. Snoop. So like rapping is my first love.
That's your default.
But I move with the times.
Okay.
I don't necessarily fall into the, what everybody is doing, but I make sure I stay with the times. And since 808s and Heartbreaks, who's not singing?
Oh shit.
I'm just saying, like even 50 Cent had to start singing.
Yo, 50 is a tangent. 50 is a tangent. Yo, I'm not even gonna touch 50, man. Pause.
Hey.
But that's a tangent. 50, I don't owe you no money, man. Leave me alone. All right, so
I love 50, man. I love 50.
This is what I call, man. Hold on. Let me double back here. We're talking about 50, and we'll use him as an example. Again, we ain't going after him. Is hip hop an old man's game now,
Never.
or is it still a young man's game?
Never. Hip hop is for the youth. Hip hop is always going to be youthful in a sense as far as like who is marketed to. Right. So I mean, in terms of hip hop, the culture, we're going to see a lot of OG shit happening, like with Joe Budden and Cam and Mace and, the media, like that's becoming hip hop commentary now.
Right.
So we just seeing a lot of OG shit happen. But I think it's still catered toward the youth. They still got to talk about what's going on today. They still got to talk about
the culture.
Yeah, so I think that the youth is always what's going to drive what's going on. But the OGs have to facilitate it.
All right, I fuck with that. Yo, man, I gotta tell you, man, like I really, really love, well, one, your thoughtful responses, but the perspective of your responses, bro. You say I'm hip hop, but then a lot of people say that, but then when you hear them talking, like, yeah, I don't know, bro.
Nah, bro.
But you from that cloth, man.
Hip hop, because I know I'm a very, very flawed individual, bro. And hip hop is like the number one community culture that's accepting of all. So, I just always felt like if I don't belong in any other group, I belong in hip hop. And that's just kind of where I always
There's no more to add to that, y'all.
Yeah.
So with that, I got a lot of tangents here, but you have some really great responses. So it's like, yo, let's run with that. But I want to ask you, you mentioned that hip hop is a culture that's very, very open and accepting. Are there times where you feel hip hop is maybe too accepting?
Oh, 100%.
Almost like we're giving too many invites 100%. To the cookout?
100%. It might be time to chill out, but I mean,
it is what it is, though, right?
It is what it is. This is what you sign up for. I mean, hip hop is hip hop. Like, Puffs exists. You know what I'm saying? Kodak Blacks exists. I mean,
we're not gonna talk about Puff.
I'm just using them as examples of what's going on.
It's part of the situation.
It happens. We accept and evolve. So people are fucked up. Everybody got their shit. it might not be as amplified as a Puff or a Kodak Black.
Right.
But everybody got their shit. And if you was famous, you would be dealing with that scrutiny the same way they would be having to deal with it. And I just try to keep my shit clean that way, you know. Like,
this man, very few people have had me like, I can't add to it, but you be having some solid answers like, well, shit, I ain't no follow up. Let me just pause and move to the next question. Nah, but no. But here's what I call my chicken or the egg question.
Okay.
Which comes first for you, the beat or the lyrics?
It has to be the beat. With me, the music is what moves me.
Okay.
I'm always gonna start with the beat, cause I feel like I have to become an instrument on top of the beat. I don't have to be what's missing. I'm listening to the beat and I'm saying, okay, what could I add? That's the producer part of it.
Right. A team.
Yeah, shout out to Otis Fuller. He do most of my beats.
Otis Fuller, that sounds like somebody's granddad, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
He do. He sound like somebody's granddad. But he don't like the cameras. He don't like the
25 and got some fire ass beats, but he sounds 60.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know how old Otis is.
Oh, see?
I've never even had that convo with him. He's one of them where he communicate through his beats. Like, I rarely see him. I only see him when it's time to like cook up. Like, he like to be in the shadows doing his own thing.
He like that magic caddy that Will Smith was in that one movie.
100%.
He just pop up with that advice in the beat and then be gone.
He just pop up when he's needed. If you need him in the studio, all right, I'm here. But
hey man, I'm not sneak dissing. I'm just having fun.
Gosh.
It's all respect, man.
He's gonna love that. Shout out to Otis.
So let's get into your recording process. You talked about the producer, Otis Fuller. We got a project that's out now. But I want to get into some of the other projects a little bit as we go through the course of this. But I really want to talk about how you approach putting a project together. You mentioned the beat comes first, and you need to add yourself as the instrument, right? So how do you develop this is going to be a project, and how walk us through that a little bit?
Man, it just really comes to me. It just depends. It's case by case.
Okay.
Like with Trouble in Paradise,
for
instance, that was a concept that I had for years. And I just kind of knew in my mind that was like my debut album. So I was holding it. Okay, my debut is going to be called Trouble in Paradise. But then once me and Bam, we had came into contact with this studio, 825, and they had like all of this great equipment and shit. So I was like, why not, let's go. This is my first studio LP. And that was when we did Trouble in Paradise. So that's kind of, I'll start out with just the music. Like me and Bam, we had beats. He was cooking up beats. He would send me one. You fuck with this? Nah, okay. I'll send another one. Nah, he brought Otis in. That was when me and Otis first locked in for real. And then Otis, he would just sit back and peep the shit that would make me go crazy. Right. And then he wouldn't even say nothing. He would wait, and then he'll go cook some shit up and then send it to me. And then I'll know, like, oh, he was watching. Like, I could tell just by what he
Otis
sends
be
me.
paying attention.
Yeah, he one of those.
That's with it. All right.
So I first peeped that during Trouble in Paradise. That was kind of how all three of us became like a triangle. Because Bam would focus on like the engineering. Otis would focus on like kind of engineering and the beats more so. And I would do the lyrics and all of the conceptual shit. So
it became a team. So when it comes to the product, or when it comes to the process of putting these projects together, you definitely look at it from a team aspect or a team effort.
I try to, but with Curtains, this most recent project, just me and Otis, and really me, because I record a lot in my crib. Like I got a studio in my bedroom.
So you just get up and just turn over and record.
I would love to. I wish I lead. I'm not at the crib as much as I would love to be. So I gotta really make time to like record, but I wish.
So how do we, and I'm glad you mentioned Curtains. I want to get into that because first of all, y'all should already know, let's just, get the corny shit out the way. It's curtains for you niggas. But is that really what the angle behind the title is?
That's the surface level.
I feel like there's more with that.
That's the surface level, meaning
curtains. Break it down for us.
Curtains is the beginning and the end. Curtains is like you saying, it's like what you saying, but really you're about to do something. The reason why you saying it's curtains is because like, it's on now. Right. Because of what's about to happen. But it's the end. It's the commencement. End. It's over. So like I made sure I dropped it November 7th, 2 weeks before my birthday, November 21st.
Okay.
Because I wanted Curtains to be the last album I did in my 20s.
Ooh.
So it's like the beginning and the end type shit.
Alpha Omega, that's fire.
So yeah, it's just it's my life. It's the behind the scenes of what I really go through. Me being vulnerable. I never really told a lot of people this shit.
That is what I got from it. I mean, so when I hear the title, Curtains, and then I hear the work, I'm like, no, he out here just killing it. But then I start to hear the layers that's within the songs, and the vulnerability that's there, and the introspectiveness, and it's like, oh, no. It's like Shrek's layers. You just pulling back the curtains on these different episodes, and it's like, oh shit, you're walking through the mind.
Exactly.
Okay, I fuck with it. As we get further into your discography, though, I want to ask, this is the question I call elevator song or elevator pitch. If you ran into someone that was a new fan of yours, or could be a potential fan, what's the song or project that you would give to them that would basically explain who you are in that song or project?
It's Curtains.
Curtains,
It's the most recent project, and I'm playing anything. I don't get anything off of that one. Anything. More so, probably I like to. This is from doing like the Lyft and Uber driving shit, right?
Okay.
I like to go off of the person, they vibe, and kind of guess what they would like.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on who it is. If it's like an OG, I'm gonna play Tell the Truth. Cause hip hop, you know, that's me on that hip hop shit. The beat is hard.
Bars.
If it's like a you know, pretty young lady, you feel me? I'm playing Useless with Neoma. You know, if it's like the youth, if it's like a young nigga, I'm playing Arthur's Connect, the Ping on My Line, or All I Had to Do Was Go Get Some Money, That Bag.
You hear that?
So,
y'all hear that?
Yeah, it just depends on who it is, but it's all in that album though. I made sure Curtains was like that album. Like
it really is. Let me tell y'all, I don't know if you heard the tone and what he just did, but sitting here listening to this cat randomly tell a story, then sing a song with the dreads curling, it's like I'm having, it's like I'm chilling with T-Pain right now. I don't know. I
get that a lot. I really get that.
Shout
out to T-Pain.
It's there, man.
Everybody say I look like T-Pain.
You got that energy. It's there.
Shout out to T-Pain.
Top hat and some grill, and we back in like 2002, man. I don't know.
T-Pain got so many hits.
For real.
He really changed music. Like, we talking about changing the game. T-Pain changed music.
In an unsung way. Oh, damn.
Jay-Z couldn't even do that.
And he tried.
He tried.
Tried.
That's the only failure Jay-Z got in hip-hop. Because he didn't kill auto-tune.
That's a hot take, y'all. What motherfucker got hot takes, bro? Okay, so here's one. And this is actually more of a question for me.
I guess Ether too. My bad.
Ooh, no, that's... No, that's a good one. We think of Ether less of as a fail of Jay-Z's and as a victory of Nas's.
Yeah,
but it really is because he tried to hit that with the super ugly.
I like Super Ugly, but I'm a Scorpio. I'm dark. I'm harsh. I fuck with Super Ugly, bro. I thought that shit was amazing.
He said off with his head,
but yeah, niggas didn't like that.
It didn't hit the way.
His mama said, "Hey man, you know better than that," and that's what really killed it. Is he went to his mom. His mom told him, "You gotta chill out.
You shouldn't do that shit." So let me ask you, bro. You have a lot of flows and cadences and flips in the way you approach your music. So I want to try and guess who are some influences for you. So I got 3 artists here that I want you to just say yes or no if these are influences. The first one is Chris Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris is in my opinion modern day Mike. A lot of people don't like when people
really?
Say that.
Okay.
Because, you know, the controversial shit. Outside of that, though, if that never happened, they would be saying what I'm saying, bro. Chris is, like, he's untouchable. He can do everything.
So it's, okay, this is a tangent. No, let me get my tangent out the way.
Let's get it.
Okay, so if Chris Brown never did what he did,
he'd be
would we, and you're saying that he would then be modern day Michael even more so?
He'd be on Beyonce level.
Because Usher and Chris Brown are neck and neck in some ways of recognition. And I wonder
Would
if
you say that though? Yeah, I guess you can't say that.
I think depending on the age group,
they'll never give Chris the Super Bowl
because of what.
But exactly,
right?
If that never happened, it wouldn't even make sense to not have Chris do the Super Bowl. Like that shit just fucked his shit up.
All I'm saying is, I just wonder if Chris Brown had not fucked up, would we still care about Usher now? Would he have just faded off?
We would care about Usher.
Okay,
Usher opened the door for Chris.
Okay,
let's not get it fucked up.
Okay.
Usher is Usher, and me and Dutch Young, we had a fucking versus battle. He had Usher and I had Chris Brown.
Okay,
he swept the floor with me, and I wasn't prepared. I'm a Chris fan,
right.
So I'm thinking I'm about to
just go.
He won.
Got you.
He won.
Okay.
So Usher needs some respect.
Okay, all right. We gonna take the Usher jokes off. Look. no, that motherfucker stay. Look. All right, so let's get back to the influences. Bryson Tiller.
I fuck with Bryson. I wouldn't say I'm influenced by Bryson. Bryson came out in like 2015. I was already like rapping and doing my own thing, but I do fuck with Bryson. I think Bryson is like under the Drake umbrella.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Okay.
So
all right.
I would more so put myself, if I'm being all the way honest, and I feel like I could out-rap anybody living on this earth.
You should feel that way.
But if I'm in any category, I'm like of the school of Kanye, Kendrick-esque in my mind. So that's kind of why I say I wouldn't necessarily say Bryson is a direct influence.
Right, because he doesn't even kind of fall into that.
Yeah, it's not.
He's not channeling a similar source that you would. He doesn't speak the frequency.
But Trap Soul, that shit ruled that summer for me though.
Okay,
that shit was amazing.
Well, there's some flip ups. There's some switch ups that I caught, and I was like, there's an interesting thing there. Yeah. Now, okay, here's my last one that I had as a guesstimation of influence was Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino is that nigga. Okay. I definitely would say he's an influence.
Okay.
He's Joey Origami, my little bro. That's his favorite artist.
Okay.
So it feels almost weird to say he's a direct influence because I feel like Joey would hate me for saying that. Like, nigga, that ain't your favorite. Nigga, that's my favorite.
Like, you just
Childish Gambino, I would say I'm of that ilk of sons of Kanye. Niggas that kind of do a lot of shit, like the Renaissance man. Yeah. That kind of can do more than just rap. You can sing, you do your own directing, your own whatever. So, yeah, I'm of that school. So
I fuck with that.
I fuck with Childish. Shout out to Donald Glover.
So now
Atlanta is probably one of my favorite shows.
It's a fire ass show, crazy fire show, and I want to get into that a little bit when it comes to your video work. But first, let's round off the influences though. Outside of those cats, who have been some influences, on a cultural musical level, but also then on a personal level, who's been some music mentors for you to help sort of guide the way? You mentioned your cousin Mawb.
My cousin Mawb, yeah, 100%. My brother Thuggish.
Okay.
Both of them is like my two main. Them is my OGs. Like I'ma always look up to them. Like they kind of molded me when I was a child, running around selling CDs, not really knowing shit, just being a bad little kid. They kind of was the parents that wasn't around, my parents was at the crib, I'm outside in the streets with these niggas, so they more so watching after me.
They was your uncles.
So I'm always look up to them. That's like I said in Oops, said you can't sum me, you ain't Thuggish or Mawb. So that's what I'm talking about.
That's the most direct bar right there, period. Okay, so now we're not gonna jump to that yet. Let me ask you this though. How did you find your voice? And when I say what I say by that is rappers and singers, artists, they have a different speaking voice than they have as far as their performance voice, right? And sometimes, like if I reference Be Real, took him a couple years to find that voice, right? So what was the process for you to be like, this is the voice I'm gonna rap with?
Engineering my own music. That's what did it for me, because you gonna sit there and practice and do a bunch of different takes, and you just gonna fuck with your voice. Like, you're gonna see what sounds good, what doesn't sound good over time. And I think that's the luxury that comes with having your own in-house studio as opposed to booking studio time.
Right.
the studios. But shout out to all of the studios. We need those.
We need them, yeah.
But just me personally, I'ma always prefer to do my own shit or start out doing my own shit because I know my voice.
You want to have your shit fully developed and prepared.
I know just my recording process. Like I know that I fuck up a lot, so I am the only person that could deal with that in my opinion. You know, like I should be able to handle that myself instead of putting somebody else through that.
Well, not because you know what, that saves you studio time too.
Exactly.
For real. You get all your hiccups out the way, so you come in there and knock it out.
And that's what I try to do.
I like that. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Whether it be Curtains or some of the previous projects, but let's talk about Curtains though. What's been the most what was the most difficult song to record? Whether it be the technical aspect or the internal aspect of trying to express it.
That's a good question. Man, that's a good question. Long Live Vonza was pretty difficult.
That's a hard ass song too.
It's pretty difficult because my homie Vonza's not here no more. He got shot. That's my homie from Detroit. I met him here at Psych Studios.
Oh damn!
He just pulled up one day and he just started rolling a blunt in the rotation.
Damn.
Nobody knew who he was, and I was like, "Hey, look at Blunt Cuz."
Right.
And he started calling himself Blunt Cuz.
Like, oh, Blunt. Okay, I fuck with that.
He turned out to be like dope as fuck with just video shit.
Okay.
So he told me he had like this camera that he had just got. He not with us, so I could say like he was scamming and shit. So he came up on the camera, a bunch of equipment, and he was like, "Bro, the shit that I got is like the requirement, like it meets the requirements to pitch shit to Netflix and Hulu and all that."
Oh shit!
So when he told me that, my mind just started going, and I started thinking about TV shows, and I started writing this show called No Politics, where it's like album reviews, and I was gonna do like cutaway skits. People was calling it a podcast, but it's way more than that. I still do it, but
okay.
It was hard to do that song Long Live Vonza because I wish he was still here. Right. So it's just weird.
Like express it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's his song. Like he would always just send me just random songs and shit like, "What you think about this?" Because I was his rap homie from the city. Like he had came down here from Detroit. So I was like the first one that he really locked in with.
And y'all connected over the music, over rap.
Shit. And he told me, he was like, "Bro, I do your videos. Like, you know, I know this shit. I'm learning this shit." So yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy, but probably that one.
By the way, that's a dope ass song too.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
So I want to get to the videos, but this is a question that actually is comes from SprinkleSumSalt sponsor, Thrax Pastry. Shout out to the Canna Chemist. We call this apology dish. So basically, what is your apology dish? And how that works is, let's say Bam pisses you off, right? Y'all have a discussion that doesn't go quite well over a song. He comes back, y'all figure it out, everything's good. Right words are said. What's that dish? Could be sweet, savory, bought, made, doesn't matter. Breakfast, dessert, dinner. What's that dish that someone could bring to you that would like really solidify the fact that they get you?
Pussy. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna, like, it's weird that you put, I don't know, because I don't really accept those type of gifts from people. Or I never have, but I do fuck with fruit. If you bring me like some grapes or some watermelon or some like pineapples, we good money. We good money. I love fruit. I started doing like LSD during the pandemic. I don't do it no more, but when I was doing that shit, I was like heavy on the fruit. Cause I just like that shit. Just when you yeah.
That's how the locks extra wavy, y'all. They were straight before the pandemic, and then LSD. I'm just kidding.
I don't do that shit no more though. I gotta watch after these kids.
All right, man. So, so let's talk about your videos, man, because you got a lot of videos out there, and they're going back to like 8 years, almost 9 years. So you've been behind the camera, in front of the camera.
No, not the whole time.
No, not
behind the camera. I literally just started studying film.
Okay. But I feel
Fat Steve did a lot of my previous video.
Okay. Well, and that was my question, was how much influence or input did you have from the start on your video work?
I mean, I sit down with everybody. I'm right there editing it with you.
Oh shit!
Like,
okay.
Maybe not the burning bridges. He wouldn't let me. He wasn't with that.
Right.
He's kind of an introvert. Shout out to De La Rue. So he wasn't with the you sit with me and edit this shit. But like, I'll send it to you. You can see.
but you can't get in the kitchen.
Fat Steve, he'll let you in the kitchen. All right, this is what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. And so that was easy working with him. Shout out to Fat Steve. His growth, he's probably the best success story thus far in Kansas City.
And Fat Steve, is that FSP Studios?
FSP Studios.
Swear.
Man, that video, probably, he shot that video on an iPhone with a gimbal.
Let's get to probably, because that's the video for me. And by the way, probably, first of all, go to the YouTube, Kuttybear, all right? Probably one of the hardest fucking videos you're gonna see in a long time, simply for the fact that it's old school. It gives you a fucking raw hip hop vibe. It, to your point, it's youthful as fuck. And if you're in KC, it's like seeing a cameo of Who's Who from KC. Bam Keith's in that motherfucker. You're in that motherfucker. G Watts is in that motherfucker. With a fade almost. It was before the braids and shit.
Ago.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the whole like motherfuckers is beating on the tape. I love the video. I'm fanboying the fuck out, but I love the video. So it's probably the hardest video I've seen in a long fucking time. So I guess my question to that is, how do you get in the zone? How do you get into the role for your videos? Because they have a very artistic element in how you put them together in the treatment.
It just depends. Like what you said, I try to start the treatment on all of my videos. I try to write it out and, come with the concept first. That way I can go to the videographer and let them know. I don't like to just go and ask them to come up with shit.
Okay.
I'd rather come to them with the vision. So that's usually how my videos start. Nowadays, I'm doing my own shit. So it's just more so about gathering the resources.
And then executing,
yeah. Gathering the people. What's your schedule like? Okay, how much I'm going to need? Boom, boom, boom. And then, all right, location, all of that shit. It's more responsibility, but it's easier for me because I'm already considering that shit.
Right.
I'm just hoping that the next man is considering as much as I am. But now I don't have to.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Do you ever get tired being a Renaissance everyman like you are? And what I mean by tired is not like physically, but just like...
I did, but that was a mistake.
Okay.
I didn't recognize it. It was just my purpose. It's just who I am.
Okay.
I got tired when I left my collective I was telling you about. When I left WAA, We Are Art, that was more so because I was tired of being everything. I was tired of doing the most work. In my mind, if it's about us, then we should all be doing,
we sharing the work and the
type
reward.
shit.
Okay.
And, but looking back, I should have just kept moving. Should have just kept going because that's what I'm going to do anyway.
Right. You was already doing it.
Yeah, like I was just really complaining. How I looked at it, like, so, yeah.
I said it was a wine and cheese
I don't
moment.
get caught up in that shit no more. I just know I just got to work. Like,
so when it comes to videos, and this is my main point here, is because you have a lot of videos, and I think it's good because your video work matches your discography in itself. And sometimes I wonder if some artists put too much effort in having a video for every damn song. And then I wonder, really, and this is ultimately my question, do you still think at this day and age that videos are a viable channel?
Absolutely. That's why I said I need more videos.
Okay.
I appreciate you for recognizing the ones I do have. I personally don't feel like I have a lot of videos just because of, say like a Vaughn, right? My homie Vaughn that died, he's from Detroit. He had told me straight out that he was doing research on KC before he had came out here.
Okay.
So he had seen like the Probably video. He had seen all G Watt's videos. He had seen Macy's videos and just all of these different people. I feel like the people out of town should have like a pool of shit to get lost in when they want to find out about Kuttybear. And it's not really a pool yet. It's like a little puddle right now.
But it's a nice one. You can swim well.
Yeah.
Swim good.
But, nah, shout out Frank. Always.
Cut that.
That's another Scorpio brother. But yeah, it's just.
So let me ask you. Ooh, here's the one. This is the question I've been waiting for.
Let's get it.
How has your sound changed since Delilah?
Doing your research, you brought out Delilah. That's a good question. Delilah is like my reasonable doubt. The homie Billy said that to me, and I've been thinking about it. He like, man, you low key pissed that people people sleep on that project because you love it so much. Right. I'm like, that's true. Right. That's true. A lot. I've aged. I've matured, but I'm still who that is on that project. I go back and listen to that project still because it grounds me. Okay. It reminds me like, okay, you still that little nigga that was in that bedroom trying to figure it out. There's some hunger in there. Yeah, but hungry. There's still hunger in curtains. And that's what made me ask that question. That's crazy that you there's a hunger. What I hear in Delilah, the first couple of tracks, is a hunger to be heard or to like have this voice come out. And then when we get to curtains, it's almost a hunger to be understood. I don't know if that's the right way, but to like be seen and to be fully enveloped as here the fuck I am in a way. But that's really what I want to just I can see that growth, because a lot of times I like to see, well, me being someone that's always looking for a new artist, I like to see where they first started, where they end up now, and then I like to grab that middle, okay, because that's usually like, all right, this is where the fun stuff starts to shift and happen. I got a project called the Splinter Project. Yes. That was like an in-between. That was like 2015. Okay. That's kind of when you brought up Bryson Tiller. That was that era when I was working on Splinter Project. Okay. And that, to me, that's one of my favorite projects to go back and listen to as well, because I was doing that layer shit. Okay. I was doing that shit where I'm like, all right, I'm going to just layer it out, make it deep as fuck. I don't care who picks up on it. Whoever does, that's extra. But I'm going to just do a project for me. That was the first time I did that. So that would kind of be more that middle ground. I want you to listen to that project. Let me know how you feel about it. I fuck with that. All right. Let's. There's a lot of shit in there. Me and Joey got one called This Never Happened. I didn't see that. I need to find that. That's like, that's our fun shit. Okay. We just was having fun on that one, but we skating on every I'm going to fuck with that. Now, you and Joey got a vibe anyway. But I understand now, further in this conversation, like, yep, I get it. How is it? We're in KC. We've had Amendment 3 for going on a year now, coming up on the anniversary. Shout out to all you KC folks that got us legal now. How has that experience been for you? How's the dispensaries been for you? Has it been amazing? Okay. That's an amazing question. Man, I got a medical card, man. I'm sick. Yo, let's go. I'm sick. I mean, I got my medical card, but man, I'm bittersweet, bro. Okay. You know, I feel like it discouraged a lot of the street pharmacists. Oh, it took the fun out of this shit. Let's keep it all. Let's keep it G. It took the fun out of it when they did that. I like it for the OGs. I like it for, you know, just the everyday casual. You know, oh yeah, we go pull up, get some weed. It ain't like a look over your shoulder thing no more. But like, I miss when it was like a hidden market. I miss when it was one of them things like where like you had to kind of do in secrecy. You had to know somebody to like, you know what I'm saying? It was an in-crowd counterculture thing. I'm always miss that shit. Okay, I fuck with that. Yeah. All right, so how many grams in a joint then? At least one. I mean, we're talking about a joint, so... I mean, I was going to say blunt, but I don't know. You mentioned joints. So we do blunt. I mean, I'm going to keep it all the way G with you, bro. Whatever, if somebody with me is rolling up a backwood or a Dutch or whatever, I'm indulging. Okay. But me personally, I'm very mindful. I'm an overthinker, so I'm always try to go to pures. I'm always try to do what's the healthiest. So that's why I rock with joints. You're gonna see me with the the combs.
Right, to get right to it. Okay.
Because it's paper. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather burn that than this leaf with fucking tobacco.
All the extra. Overthinker freestyle, y'all. Just
100%.
shameless plug, which is good too. All right, so what has been the most unforeseen collaboration so far? And what I mean by that is like, you just happen to be in a situation or whatever, and all of a sudden you're collaborating with, this song has come about with this person. How did, what's
Macy.
been Macy? Okay.
Yeah, shout out Love Macy. I've always been a fan of hers, just seeing her around the city moving. She do it the right way. She always does it the right way. And during that Trouble in Paradise, that run, Bam was kind of front man in the album.
Okay.
He was making it seem like it was his album.
Okay.
So it's like, oh yeah, I'm working on this album, Trouble in Paradise. So he had got the Macy feature for me. He had pulled her. It was like, okay. So yeah, that was, I still haven't really worked with Macy again after that. Yeah. She be moving around. She be doing her thing. So maybe it'll happen again. But
well, you know what? Once they get a hold of Curtains, once they really catch the vibe of what Kuttybear is, y'all know what it is. Hibernation is over. Worst actor in your friend group?
It's between me and Joey.
Okay.
But Joey do all right though. Like Joey's video, Bad Example. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yep.
He did all right in that video. It was funny, but he did all right. Me, I'm terrible. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm pretty terrible. Like
you be overthinking.
Yeah, it's just that I overthink it instead of just executing when I should just execute.
Just go. But that probably video, just saying, was a good piece of acting.
Thank you.
So I want to go back to Pac would have never rocked with none of y'all shit. Fucking crazy ass line. And it's what it actually leads to. The question it leads to for me is who's got the best lead off bars of your friend group, of your peer group?
That's a good one. My brother Terrence Tyrone, just the shit that he comes up with.
The start is just like, what? All right, where we going now?
Yeah, he either him or El Sev. I don't know if you're familiar with El Sev.
I'm not, but I'm gonna find out.
Trey Newman, he's a poet first at heart. Like kind of how I'm a rapper first, but you hear a lot of other shit. El Sev is a poet at heart, but you're gonna hear him do a lot of different shit.
Okay.
He's another one. It's between them two.
Okay.
They first lines is gonna pull you in. It's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna get you. Like
now with that, what's the craziest bar that you recall you said?
Craziest bar? Oh man, I'll be saying some shit, bro.
Yes, you do.
Bad hoes in my bedroom. Finna get fucked. She ain't give a head, she ain't finna get touched. I'm gone off the pep. Am I doing too much? Plus, I've been sick of these bitches. I can't get rid of these bitches.
Yep, there you go.
That's some old school shit. But yeah.
Look, we about to cut the 5 fingers of death on and start swaying this bitch.
Just saying whatever back then, like.
Man, okay. Yeah. All right, but see, I knew you was gonna have something though. I knew it because
always
crazy shit.
I'm always. This is like my gift and my curse.
Okay.
Always thinking of the next bar.
Damn. So
always writing in my head. How
do you find a way to appreciate what you've already done if you already thinking of the next bar?
It come. It's beyond me. I'm always gonna appreciate it because it come from God. At the end of the day. So I appreciate it just off tops. Like it's beyond me. I know that it's just I'm being used. You feel me? So that's the part I appreciate most. It's like, oh my God, I can't even believe that I'm coming up with this right now.
And it's just letting it flow.
Yeah, every time, like every time I write, I feel like I'm getting better. So
let me ask you, and I got just a couple more questions, man. Actually, we're gonna play a quick game. I want to play a quick game.
Let's get it.
It's called Build a Project. All right, we know Curtains is out. You mentioned
album of the year,
Trouble in Paradise. So let's build a project. First of all, how many total tracks you want?
14.
14. How many features? Or no, are there any features?
This is my project.
Mm-hmm.
And it's anybody ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's do like 5 features.
5. All right.
Yeah, it's a 14 ball. Yeah, I'll do like 5 features.
Okay. So we got 14 tracks.
Yeah.
Of those tracks, how many you think would be a party vibe?
Party vibe. You have to be able to put at least 10 of them on in a party.
Okay. All right. Damn. You trying
today?
Okay? All right. He's setting that bench. All right. How many you going for introspective, or will there be any introspective?
I'll probably do 1 or 2 storytelling, introspective joints.
Okay. All right.
Then you gotta do some. I gotta do some. I'm an emo dude. I gotta have the slow, somber shit for the, Now
that falls on the introspective too. So you got.
Think so?
I think so.
I mean, you could be introspective and not necessarily like sad.
That's true. That's true.
Your view of the world.
Okay.
The world will make you sad. I don't know.
No, because there's a difference between telling a story and then just being depressive.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like I try to, like, what you doing right now. This is
this is easy. This is
in my
easy
mind,
work.
it's like, because this was curtains in my, like, what am I missing? Do I have that on there? Do I have that on there? I made sure I put everything on there.
To cover
it.
All right, well, here's the last one to round out this project. How many bangers? Like, do you know that these is going straight radio singles, XM radio?
At least 7. If it's 14, at least half.
Damn, bro, you
at
going
least half got a bang. Like,
this is definitely album of the year.
The homie told me on curtains, it's crazy. He said he don't skip.
I gotta go back and check that, but I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, and this is something I do. I don't normally tell a lot of people this, but when I'm listening to a project, what I do is I turn it on while I'm working, and that tells me how good the project is how easily it distracts me from my work. If I can't stay focused and send an email, then that's a good project. If I've sent 2 or 3 emails and pulled a report and talked to the wife, I don't know what you're doing.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so we built the project. I got a couple questions left for you, man. Actually, just a few, but okay. What really makes an area hood? We say such and such section is, oh, no, they hood over there. What is a hood? What does that really mean to you?
Hood, belligerent activity. I don't care if you white, black, because technically I stay in the hood, but it's all white people. Like,
but
it's
they
all
belligerent?
them white, like the whites that say the N-word when they fight.
Oh, them kind. I got time today, cuz.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the hood. They ghetto too. Like, but it's just a different type of ghetto. So
hey, ghetto and country is sometimes the same thing.
It's a thin line.
You know, there it is.
Thin line.
There it is. All right, speaking of, was Jesus black?
100%.
All right.
He had dreads too.
I would say, let the lie. All right, man. So you're a man that does a lot of different things, and you got kids.
Shout out to them.
How do you unwind? How does Kuttybear hibernate, unwind, relax?
That's a good question. Man, I like to sip on some tea.
Okay.
Do dabs, like what you're saying. Give me a cool little sexy mama. No, but vacations, I like to go out of town. I like to get the fuck away from KC as much as possible, because being here, like I was telling you about frequencies earlier, you can get caught in that negative frequency being here with so many people that just don't really want more for themselves. So you know they don't want shit for you.
Right.
And you just around that energy so much, you got to get away from it at some point. So you could go around other people that just think on a different level, on some different shit, moving around.
Your mind up to some shit.
So it's like, all right, everybody's not like that. Cool. So I can come back and be a beacon, a ray of light for everybody else.
You're like, no, wait. I'm not stuck with you assholes. There's other people.
For real. That's what going out of town does for me. It's like, okay, breath of fresh air. Everybody's not like that.
Again, I got to tell you, bro, one, your vulnerability Two, even though you call it overthinking, the analytics of how you approach things, like there's one thing to overthink and there's another thing to like think yourself into paralysis. And that doesn't happen with you in the way that you approach things, the way you've relayed your message, and obviously when it comes to the body of work, you're going to think about it, but then you're going to do it.
You got to execute.
You know what I mean? So I want to definitely give you your flowers and accolades for that.
Thank you for that.
Thank
and
you.
On that note, I do want to say for the people watching, I know that a lot of artists go through that shit. My homies especially, like where it's hard to execute. Like you got the whole vision, you got the resources, you could do all of that shit. It's just hard as fuck to execute. To me, I don't really know what to say. Like I just, in my mind, I know I gotta keep progressing. I gotta keep going. If I stop, then nothing happens. But if I keep walking, everything is gonna progress. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen, but everything is yeah. So that's just kind of what I always. Not even something.
He said everything.
Like if I stop, nothing's gonna happen. Like if I don't put this shit out, nothing's gonna happen for me at all. If I do put it out, who knows what the fuck could happen? So I keep that in my mind to help me.
I love it. And see, that is the beauty of, for me, what is KC, what is the essence of the creatives like yourself, and what's being brewed in this city right now, or what has been, is that, nah, fuck it, man, we just got to keep going forward. Just keep moving.
Got to.
So, okay, here's my last question. It's something I ask everybody. I'll probably end up asking you this again. When it's all said and done, when the show is over, when the music's done, when the streaming is no longer being played for that song, what do you want the people to walk away with as far as the message from Kuttybear?
Don't be afraid to stand alone. I know that's probably cliche in itself, but like I value my individuality, and I think that translates through everything that I do. Like you could tell that I enjoy being different. I enjoy not being like the rest of these niggas. So to me, that's my message, is don't be afraid of that. We all got different shit that, you know, we have different qualities, different traits. So embrace that shit. Like don't let the homies roast you out of loving that shit. Or, you know, people, your parent, whoever the fuck. Like if it's you and you love it, like own that shit. It's you all you got at the end of the day.
That's real as fuck. Let's sprinkle some salt. They said don't let the homies roast you out of loving that shit, because
they will.
Go ahead, bro. If you like weird donkey shows, enjoy your weird donkey shows.
I encourage all my people to be themselves 100%. And I think that's why I got so many friends. I got hella friends. Like, but it's just because I love my homies. I love them for who they are.
Wait, you have friends and you a Scorpio?
Yeah.
You a damn lie. No,
for real?
I'm playing.
Nah, for real. It's crazy, ain't it? But yeah, I got hella homies. Like most of the homies that I went to school with, like I'm still friends with them today.
That's like hard. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, go to they crib, they kids know me. I'm like they kids' uncles type shit. Like,
so, man, you know what? There's so much more to the surface that we haven't even scratched yet. We haven't talked about your family, about kids, about relationships, other than the one that sent you to be depressed in LA for a little while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That was my marriage. I got divorced. Yeah, I was married.
Man, salute to you for being the artist and adulting through that process and still coming back and like giving us that music without like giving us some crappy Eminem relapse shit with, you know what I mean? Like
not too much on Eminem, but I feel you though, because he don't even like relapse, so I can't. That's a free one we could talk about. We could, okay. He hates that shit. He love that revival shit that we hate though.
So look,
he was going to bat for revival.
He been giving us like loose revival verses for a while.
Hey, I love you to death. You one of the niggas that raised me, but chill, bro. Chill on that revival shit.
Hey, so that's a whole separate conversation. We're gonna come back around for a part 2, man.
Hey,
it's been a hell of a conversation, man. I appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you.
Really, man, with that, what's next? What's coming up next for Kuttybear, man? We got curtains out. Are you gonna be like doing some shows? Are we gonna be acting soon? We got some skits. Anything? What's going on? What's coming up?
I'm behind the camera, so I'm working on my visuals for the project. So I'm gonna just be on that, really working on visuals, working on the live performance aspect. I just met up with Otis today, actually.
Okay.
And we was putting together like the show sets and shit. So,
oh shit!
So that's coming. I'll be directing those. I'm really just like I was telling you off camera. I like to mold a lot of business shit after the biggest artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Drake is only really posting from Instagram. Like Beyonce only gives you like the performance that she wants to give you. She's not showing up to the VMAs or it's like, no, if I want to perform, if I want to show these people a performance, I'm going to give them the whole experience.
I'm taking a bag too.
So yeah, that's, I want to follow that mode of like, no, I'm not just going to pull up to a venue and, you know, do that whole thing no more because there's so many politics in that. And I feel like it's a waste investment wise when I could just make bread into my own experience. So that's what's coming. No politics. I'm gonna bring that back.
Ooh, okay.
Dab of Time podcast. That's me and the homies. We got our own podcast.
Shit.
So Shad the Kid, that's my brother I was mentioning earlier. His album. I'm executive producing that.
Damn.
So
many hats.
A lot of shit coming up. We probably gonna, should I say, we working on a Lost Balloon compilation. So
perfect segue.
Yeah, it's like a lot of shit.
My last question, my very dead last question was going to be a fun, playful one. How did the balloon get lost?
It's all about elevation. It's all about trying to get that thing back that will never come back. That's nostalgia, you know. It's longing over that thing that you wish you still had, but it faded away. In terms of the balloon, I just feel like just us humans, we just out here floating. We just trying to figure it out. We all different shapes, sizes, colors, but I mean, at some point, we all gotta deflate.
I ain't got shit else to say, man. It's your boy Bump Jonas, man. It's been a hell of a conversation from the cardiac. I'm chilling with goddamn Kuttybear. Look, y'all heard it. And if you're just now tuning in, rewind this motherfucker. Go all the way back, and it's nothing but gems all the way through. My arm hurts from all of this shit. Look, tap in, tune in, and just start streaming, start playing it. Curtains is out now. Plenty more coming. Man, bro, I appreciate you. It's been a hell of an interview.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm gonna go. I learned something. I hope y'all did. Peace.
Peace.